Okay, good morning. This is a video chat on why Christians are some of the most misleading people on the planet. Yes, that's right. Two reasons why Christians are some of the most misleading people on the planet. And yes, I am a Christian, and I admit this. All right, so here you go. The first reason is they're opinionated. They think that as a Christian, that opinion, speaking their mind, whatever's on their mind, whatever they feel led to say, as some say, the Lord's leading me to do this, the Lord's leading me to do that. I feel to do this, I feel this prompting. I just have to tell you. And so these are typically signs that either God is working or he is not. It is coming from the own person's heart and mind and not from God. It's called opinion. Opinion in the Bible is guessing. There are 3 or 4 contexts in the gospel that strictly regulate opinions. All right? The word opinion is used in the Bible, but it's heavily regulated because it is not truth. It is not commands, and it can be extremely against God's commands and against God. All right, what is written about God, it can really conflict. So opinionated Christians are very opinionated people. In fact, the Bible studies, I call them opinion parties. They're just opinion parties. People get together and tell you whatever they think. And they think that's what Christianity is. We get together and everyone gets to talk, and that's not true. That violates certain commandments, and it even says, let not many of you talk, because we all stumble in many ways. So the churches that want everybody to talk, we've got a problem. All right? And so people, we love to voice what we think. We think it's a game. It's a form of entertainment. And if you're not aware of it, when you opine against your friend, you're insinuating something that isn't true, and they have to defend themselves like in a court of law. So I have another video chat on that. One of the main reasons why opinionated people are so difficult to be with, and they cause a lot of trouble and division, because they put people in the courtroom and charge them with stuff, with their opinion, their guesses of what they think of you, and you feel like you have to defend yourself in the court of law, and they love it, like they're getting entertained, and they let the courtroom enjoy it, and the news people in, and look at this guy squirm. He has to defend himself because I think this of him. Well, what you think isn't exactly from God. So the main reason Christians are some of the worst offenders as far as misleading themselves, Christians in the whole world, is they make stuff up. They tell you what's on their mind. They're opinionated. And when I grew up, the news was more fact-based. I even had a Channel 6, there was only 3 channels, 2, 4, and 6, near Johnstown, PA, in the United States, and we had the evening news anchor right across the street. I used to babysit their kids. He was a very competent guy, quiet, patient, very reserved, he wasn't super demonstrative, but he was well behaved, and his goal, I think, was to give factual information. But today we have opinionated news people. People love opinions. They're inflammatory, they're accusatory, they're entertaining, and they're just a bunch of trouble. And the reason this is a problem for Christians is they do not know that Paul said the church is to be a pillar of the truth. And they say, yeah, we're of the truth. I'll tell you the truth. And no, you're telling me your opinion. You're not telling me a commandment. You're making up religious words even. I have video chats on religious words that everybody uses and uses as doctrine, and you cannot even find them in the Bible. So I tell people to use Bible terms and Bible phrases and things like this. So, but in 1 Timothy 3, Paul said, I'm writing to you so one might know how to conduct himself in the household of God, the church, which is the pillar of the truth. The opposite of the truth is opinion. Opinion means guessing. It means speculation, vain janglings. It means theory. It means fiction. Do you understand why Christians are some of the most misleading people in the world? They are spewing their opinions on everybody because they don't know the truth. They don't love the truth. That's a second problem. They don't love the truth enough to be saved. All right? God said, I'm going to send, he's not going to send, but there's going to be many false teachers in the world about Christianity. Many, which means there are many more false worshipers. So most of us, I'm convinced, are deceived, self-deceived, and we believe it's true. It says even in Thessalonians that if you don't really love the truth, you're going to be sent a religious lie, and you're going to believe it, and you're going to be condemned. You're going to believe the lie that it isn't a lie because you don't love the truth enough. You're opinionated. That's one of the reasons. You're not truthful. Jesus said, I came to bear witness of the truth. He didn't just come to give an opinion. He's Mr. Fact. He's Mr. Truth. He's Mr. Right. All right? And so Christians do not govern themselves by Bible terms and Bible phrases. That is the problem. They're unruly. Let's see. That's the second problem, that why Christians are so opinionated, which is a sin in the kingdom of God. It is an utter sin to be an opinionated person because it's not the truth. All right? So the other one is they don't use Bible terms and Bible phrases. They use terms like non-denominational, denominational, Catholic, legalism, and a cappella, rapture. These are not terms in the Bible. Pentecostalism isn't in the Bible. Calvinism isn't in the Bible. If you're not aware of it, Calvinism is what the Baptists, almost all the Baptists believe, except the Free Will Baptists. They're trying to distinguish themselves. I'm not saying you should do that. As far as naming yourself that, you should believe you have free will, but you shouldn't name the church free will. That's not what we're to do. If it's a true teaching, we need to believe it, not name ourselves after it. But what they're doing is saying we object with Baptists who believe in Calvinism. So these are words that aren't in the Bible. Anabaptism, the sinner's prayer that is not in the Bible, but you can tell contemporary worship that is not commanded in the Bible. It's very sensual. It's very rock and rollish. Very get your butt into it and your flesh, and shake around, and shake your fanny. Well, God doesn't have a physical fanny. He's not up there getting into it like you are. All right, so we have to have holy music, not sensual. It says sing spiritual songs to one another. That means holy, not sensual, not the backbeat, and things like that. Okay, so we're very of the world. We're the most misleading people on the planet. We are some of the most misleading people on the planet, because we are opinionated, not truthful, and opinion doesn't hold up in a court of law. In a true court of law, they dismiss opinion. That should tell you something, Christian. Stop spewing what you think. All right? And the second thing is use Bible terms and Bible phrases. Govern yourself, control yourself, be self-controlled to only speak what God speaks and teach that. Quit teaching additional words that aren't in the Bible. It's vain. It's vain worship. All right? So just remember, are you one of the most misleading people on the planet? Do you know how to recover from that and stop being misleading? Do you know how to stop deceiving yourself? Do you know how to be a truthful person?